Hello, everyone, and welcome to Healthy Men 70 Plus. I'm Emily Johnson, your health and wellness coach, and I'm ready to dive deep into topics that matter most to you.
And I am Robert Miller, your senior men's health specialist. We're truly glad you're joining us today for a deep dive that speaks to a very real, often unspoken concern.
Yeah, today we're exploring something many men over 60 notice that shift, the diminishing of morning erections. And it's often more than just physical, isn't it? It can kind of chip away at confidence, affect intimacy.
Affect identity, even. But the really interesting insight we're looking at today, drawing from experienced urologists like Dr. Mohit Khera, is that this often isn't, a final stop. Your body it usually still has the blueprint. It just needs, well, a little nudge to be reawakened.
Reawaken, I like that.
Exactly. So our mission today is simple. Uncover these straightforward natural methods. We're talking no pills, no risky devices, definitely no surgery, just things that take maybe minutes a day.
Minutes a day to potentially get back those strong, dependable morning erections.
That's the goal. We're going to unpack the science behind it using expert insights so you can really understand your body's amazing ability to renew itself.
Okay, let's get into it, because I imagine a lot of men listening might be quietly asking themselves, why don't I wake up the way I used to? It feels so personal when that sign of vitality starts to fade.
It absolutely does. I hear it all the time in my practice. That quiet frustration. A morning erection, it's often seen as this powerful subconscious marker of overall health and, well, strength.
Yeah.
So when it declines, it can feel like a part of you is kind of shutting down. But here's the key thing. It's not just time, not just age itself, erasing this. Your body hasn't, forgotten how. It just needs some specific encouragement to remember.
So what is happening physiologically? What are those changes going on inside that cause this shift?
Right. There are really two main things happening. First, those blood vessels, the ones carrying blood to the penis, over time, they can lose some flexibility. Think of it like an old garden hose left out in the sun for years. It gets stiff, right? Doesn't carry water as smoothly. Things like age, maybe high blood pressure, even low-level inflammation throughout the body, they can affect circulation like that.
Making it harder for the blood to rush in effectively.
Precisely. Less efficient delivery. And then, at the same time, the nerve signals, the ones that used to fire off really quickly and strongly to start and keep an erection, they can start to slow down a bit.
Ah, so it's like the wiring isn't conducting as sharply.
Kind of. So you get this double whammy, maybe weaker blood flow and duller nerve signals.
Right.
Put those together, and yeah, those morning experiences become less frequent, maybe less firm, or sometimes just absent.
And this is the hopeful part you mentioned, this doesn't mean the whole system is broken or gone for good.
That is the core message. And honestly, it's the surprising truth for many men. The underlying circuits, the nerves, the muscles, the blood vessels themselves, they're still there.
They're just dormant.
Dormant, exactly. Waiting to be woken up. It's like, imagine a song you loved years ago but haven't heard. The music's still written, the notes exist, but someone needs to actually play it.
And the amazing thing is, our own body has the key to play that music again.
It does, through what we can think of as built-in switches. We're going to explore 3 specific pressure points today that can essentially signal your nerves, your blood vessels, your muscles to start working together again, restarting that natural process.
3 specific points. That sounds really empowering. Okay, let's dive into the first one. Where do we find it, and what's its main job in this whole process?
Okay, the first key spot is what we call the base groove. You'll find it right where the shaft of the penis meets the pubic area, but on the underside. If you gently feel around there, you'll notice a little indentation, almost like a natural crease.
Okay, yeah, I can feel that. It's subtle. So what's going on under the skin there that makes it so important?
Right beneath that spot, it's like a hidden communications hub. It's where a really key nerve pathway, the one carrying signals back at the spinal cord, runs close to tiny blood vessels that feed into the erectile chambers.
Ah, so it's a convergence point.
Exactly. So by gently stimulating this base groove, you're essentially sending a direct wake-up signal to those, well, maybe sleepy pathways. You're encouraging better blood flow and clearer nerve signals right at the source.
So this first step is really about priming the system, getting everything warmed up and ready. How exactly does someone stimulate this point?
It's gentle but purposeful. You place your thumb right on that groove, maybe use your fingers to gently support the shaft, then just make slow circular motions. Aim for about, say, 90 seconds.
90 seconds?
Yeah. And many men, when they do this daily, they report feeling something relatively quickly. maybe a bit of warmth, tingling, sometimes just a subtle sense of fullness they haven't felt in ages.
And that feeling itself must be encouraging.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a little spark of hope. Think of it like trying to get an old radio to work again. Sometimes that steady, patient fiddling with the dial helps the connection come through clearer. This primes the whole system for better responses down the line.
That's a great starting point, priming the system. But like you said, getting blood flow started is one piece. Keeping it there for firmness is another. What's the next key area for that?
Exactly right. The next point tackles that holding aspect. It engages the muscles that are absolutely essential for maintaining firmness once an erection starts.
Yeah.
And this point is in an area most men don't really think much about, but it's incredibly influential. The perineum.
The perineum, right. That soft bit of tissue between the scrotum and the anus. It seems kind of unconnected, but you're saying it plays a critical role.
A vital role in sustaining the erection, because right under the surface, there lies the bulbospongiosus muscle. Now, think of this muscle as your body's own natural blood clamp.
A blood clot.
Yeah, its job is basically to contract and trap the blood inside the penis. That's what creates and holds the firmness, the rigidity.
Okay, so that muscle is key for making an erection strong and lasting. And I guess, like any muscle, it can weaken over time if it's not, well, used or trained.
Precisely. If it's not engaged regularly, it can lose tone, lose strength, and when that clamp weakens, blood can leak back out too quickly. That's often why erections might feel less firm or don't last as long as they used to.
So stimulating the perineum is like reminding that muscle what its job is.
You got it. It's like tapping a sleeping guard on the shoulder. You're waking up that muscle, reminding it of its really important role in holding things firm.
Okay, how do you do that effectively? What's the technique?
Best way is to sit comfortably or maybe lie back, knees slightly apart. Then just place 2 fingers on the perineum. Apply gentle but firm pressure and move in slow circles. Aim for about 2 to 3 minutes for this one.
2 to 3 minutes of slow circles.
Yeah. At first, you might just feel a bit of subtle warmth or light pressure. But with regular practice, day after day, some men start to feel more. Maybe like a pulsing sensation or a feeling of fullness moving forward towards the penis. It indicates things are waking up down there, better circulation, muscle engagement.
So this really helps with the holding part, making things more dependable.
Exactly. It's not just about starting, it's about staying power. And that's also why, adding simple pelvic floor exercises, Kegels, can really boost the results here. They work together perfectly.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've primed the system at the base, activated the natural clamp in the perineum. What's the third piece of this puzzle? The final pressure point.
This last one is all about sensation, connection, and, well, pleasure. It targets the corona ridge. This is really key because over the years, many men feel things become less sensitive, maybe a bit numb, or that feeling of spontaneous arousal just doesn't happen as easily. This point helps bring that back.
The corona ridge, that distinct sort of rim or edge where the head of the penis meets the shaft.
That's the spot. It might look like just a border, but biologically, it's one of the most nerve-dense areas on the entire male body. Think of those nerves as super fast messengers. They're crucial for triggering quick erections and that feeling of spontaneous arousal.
But over time, those messages can get muffled.
Yeah, it's like the signals get a bit dusty or staticky. The connection isn't as clear or immediate as it once was.
So stimulating this ridge is like polishing the wires, sharpening the signal again.
That's a perfect way to put it. You're actively re-educating those nerve endings, clearing the static, training them to respond sharply again. The technique here is a little different.
Okay.
First, you gently pinch the ridge between your thumb and forefinger. Hold it for maybe 5 seconds, then release. Repeat that rhythm, pinch, hold, release, for about a minute.
Pinch, hold, release for a minute.
Right. Then after that minute, switch to just slow circular motions around the ridge, again with gentle pressure, for another minute or so. You want to awaken the nerves, not overwhelm them.
And what kind of results can someone expect from adding this specific stimulation?
Well, within a few weeks, usually. Men often report noticing increased sensitivity, definitely a quicker response when arousal happens, and just a stronger, more natural connection between mind and body. Some guys literally say it feels like a return of youthfulness in their responsiveness.
Wow.
Yeah, and what's great about this one is it doesn't just help with firmness. It really focuses on restoring the pleasure, the spontaneity, that joy of intimacy that can sometimes feel lost. It completes the picture.
That's incredibly thorough. Okay, so we have these 3 powerful points: base groove, perineum, corona ridge. How do you bring them all together into one easy daily routine? What does that practice actually look like step by step?
Right, because the real magic happens when you combine them consistently. Think of the whole routine as this gentle, focused conversation with your body. You're
Yeah.
just reminding it of pathways it already knows. And the best part, it's simple.
Yeah, no complicated equipment, no huge time commitment.
Exactly. No special gear, just your hands, a
Yeah.
few minutes each day, and consistency. That's the key.
So walk us through that sequence. How long on each point?
Okay, here's the flow that seems to work best for most men. First, you start with the base groove. Thumb on that little indentation, slow circles about 90 seconds. That's your wake-up call, priming the nerves, getting the blood vessels ready, like warming up the engine.
Got it. 90 seconds at the base.
Yeah.
Then,
You move down to the perineum. 2 fingers, gentle but firm pressure, slow circles again. Spend about 2 minutes here. This is where you're really engaging that blood clamp muscle, helping it remember how to hold things firm.
2 minutes for the holding power. Okay.
Exactly. And finally, you finish with the corona ridge. Remember the 2 parts here. First, that gentle pinch, hold, release rhythm for about a minute. Then follow up with slow gliding circles around the ridge for another minute. This sharpens sensitivity and nerve response.
Okay, so pinch release for a minute, then circles for a minute.
Right, so all told, the whole sequence, maybe 5-6 minutes max. But in that short time, you've addressed blood flow, muscle strength, and nerve sensitivity. It's comprehensive.
5 to 6 minutes daily? That seems very manageable.
It really is. And the feedback we get is incredible. Men start noticing subtle changes, maybe just that feeling of fullness at first. But over weeks, it often builds to really firm, dependable morning erections again. It feels like turning back the clock for many.
That's fantastic, but, the big question is always timeline. How soon will I see results? It's not instant, right? We need to set realistic expectations.
Absolutely right. This isn't like flipping a switch and everything's instantly back to how it was at 30. It's a retraining process.
Yeah.
You're coaxing your body week by week to reclaim its natural function. But the good news is, changes often start appearing sooner than people think.
Okay, so what's a typical progression? What might someone notice first?
Well, in the very first week or two, don't expect dramatic changes necessarily. It's usually more subtle. Maybe a slight feeling of warmth down there in the morning, or a sense of fullness that hasn't been there, or just becoming more aware of the circulation in that area.
But even those subtle things are positive signs.
Hugely positive. For many men, just feeling something different is this incredible spark of hope. It's like a quiet message from your body saying, hey, I'm still here, I can respond. That itself is really significant.
Okay, so starting subtle. What happens after a few weeks, typically? Weeks 3, 4 maybe?
Yeah, around weeks 3 and 4, that's often when things become more noticeable, more undeniable. Erections might start lasting a bit longer. Mornings generally feel more, well, dependable. I've had men just light up telling me they woke up one morning with a firmness they honestly thought they'd never feel again. It's a really profound moment for them.
I can only imagine. That must feel amazing.
It really is. But it's also important to remember, progress isn't always a straight line up. Some days might feel better than others. That's totally normal. The key is sticking with it. That daily consistency is what builds the momentum, strengthens those reflexes over time.
So patience and persistence. Trusting the process and knowing your body can change even after 60, 70, or beyond.
Exactly. And once you get beyond that first month or so, those improvements often start to feel like the new normal. Firmer mornings, better responsiveness, that quiet confidence coming back. It's a powerful reminder of the body's incredible adaptability at any age.
That's so encouraging. Now, these pressure points sound really effective on their own, but you mentioned earlier that certain lifestyle factors can kind of supercharge the results. What are those key things that can really amplify the benefits?
Right. Think of it this way. The pressure point routine is like planting a really good seed.
Yeah.
It has amazing potential. But for that seed to grow strong and healthy, it needs good soil, enough water, sunlight, right?
Makes sense.
Your body's the same. If you create the right internal environment, the positive effects of these exercises just multiply. You get more robust, more reliable results.
Okay, so what's maybe the simplest, most foundational element for that good environment?
Honestly, hydration. It sounds almost too basic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But blood is mostly water. If you're consistently dehydrated, your blood is thicker, circulation is sluggish, vessels are less flexible. Just making sure you drink enough water throughout the day can make a surprising difference in keeping blood flowing smoothly. We see improvements just from guys getting properly hydrated.
Simple, but crucial. Okay, what about nutrition? Food must play a big part.
Oh, absolutely. It's a cornerstone. And certain foods are particularly helpful. Anything rich in nitrates, think beets, leafy greens like spinach or arugula, these are fantastic
Why nitrates specifically?
because your body converts nitrates into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is basically nature's own signal for blood vessels to relax and widen. It's a natural erection enhancer.
Interesting. So more beets, more greens, anything else?
Omega-3 fatty acids are also great, found in fatty fish like salmon or walnuts, flax seeds. They help keep blood vessels supple and healthy. And just as important is what to avoid or cut down on.
Like what?
Processed foods, lots of sugar. These tend to promote inflammation in the body, and inflammation can really gum up the works, hindering good circulation. So cleaner eating supports the whole system.
Got it. Nourish the system, reduce the things that block it. What about exercise? Besides general fitness?
Yes, specific exercise. We touched on it briefly, Kegels, those pelvic floor exercises where you squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop urination midstream. Doing those regularly builds strength and endurance in that key blood clot muscle, the bulbous spongiosus. When men combine daily Kegels with the pressure point routine, that's when we often see really noticeable improvements in firmness and how long erections last, sometimes quite quickly.
Strengthening that internal clamp. Makes sense. And the last piece.
Sleep, so important and so often overlooked. Morning erections are directly tied to REM sleep cycles. That's when your body does major repair and restoration.
Right.
If you're chronically sleep deprived, the whole system struggles. It doesn't matter how well you eat or exercise if you're not getting enough quality rest. So when you bring all these pieces together, hydration, good nutrition, Kegels, solid sleep, you create this ideal environment. The pressure points become more effective, everything works better together. Your body remembers how it's supposed to function.
It's truly a holistic approach, then.
It really is. And it puts the power back in your hands. You're not just passively waiting, you're actively supporting your body's natural ability to heal and renew.
That's a powerful message.
So just to recap quickly, we've looked at why things might change blood flow, nerve signals, but crucially, we've uncovered that power that's still within you. We talked about the base groove for priming, the perineum for holding strength, and the corona ridge for sensation and pleasure.
And bringing those together in that simple 5 to 6 minute daily routine.
Exactly. It's a conversation with your body. And when you combine that with those supportive lifestyle habits, the water, the good food, the Kegels, the sleep, you're creating the best possible conditions for real change. It's about reclaiming not just a physical function, but also that sense of vitality, dignity, and knowing that age doesn't have to limit you.
It's a powerful reminder that you are not powerless. Your body has this incredible capacity for change, for renewal at any stage of life. With that consistent, gentle attention, your body truly can and likely will respond. So please take these insights, put them into practice, give yourself that permission to feel fully alive and connected again. Because truly, your best mornings, your most vibrant years, they could still be ahead of you. And here's something to think about. If your body can reawaken this fundamental aspect of vitality, what other dormant parts of your life might just be waiting for your consistent attention and your belief in the possibility of change?
Well said. We really hope this deep dive has been insightful, maybe even inspiring for you.
Yes, and if you found this information valuable, if it resonated with you, please do take a moment to like this video, maybe share it with a friend who could benefit. And definitely subscribe to Healthy Men 70+. That way you won't miss our next deep dive.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Stay well, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Healthy Men 70+.